So here we're going to apply the PosturePals X, looking at the postural application. So this is particularly good for the discouraging that round-shouldered type of position, particularly in standing, also in sitting, but in sitting the lower back also has a big influence. So you can slouch a little bit with your lower back even though you may be corrected through the upper part of the back. So in this case we're just going to apply it through here. We line up the bottom of our shoulder blade, of the person's shoulder blades, with the middle of the X. So where that line intersects the spine, that's where the middle of the X generally is going to go. We start with the middle and then we apply each of the forearms in turn. Just have the person stand up tall and just gently turn their arms out, thinking as though they're being drawn up like a puppet, drawn up by a string, so they get that nice tall elongated position. Start by removing 1/4 of the backing sheet. You'll see that the backing sheet comes off in 4 pieces. Just remove one at a time and leave just the end, what we call the anchor point or that grip disc. Leave that paper on there so that you don't need to touch the glue, and that will improve your adhesion. So once again, line up the middle of the shoulder blades, the bottom of the shoulder blades with the middle of the X, and we just stick that down. Then just take up the tension in the PosturePals. You don't need to stretch strongly because we're in that corrective position. So just take up the slack, smooth down, and then stick that end down, making sure that that stays circular. If there's too much tension on the ends, it's likely to cause a blister or a skin reaction. So that must remain circular, and then we know that there's not excess tension. Then we come to the second arm. Again, peel it off to that grip disc, keep a little bit of backing paper in place. Again, take up the tension, smooth down as we go, and then no tension whatsoever as we apply that grip disc to the end. Now if the person is a little smaller, you may actually extend these arms around a little bit further. You can come either over the top or around the side. If anything, it actually tends to increase that corrective force. So just continue that around a little bit further. There is of course a size that's a little smaller, about 80% of this size, that you might find is better suited for those people. Now we come to do the third one. Once again, leave your backing sheet in place. Take up the tension here. We just slip under the strap and around. And again, no tension on the grip disc on the end. And lastly, the fourth arm. So again, take up the slack, slip under the strap. Normally move over to the other side just so that we're not in the way. We just slip that through there. Tension on, around, no tension once again. Now, to maximise your adhesion, just hold the tape down, the PosturePals down, particularly on those ends, for a good 30 seconds to a minute on each end, and in the middle here where it may lift between the shoulder blades. Give that a nice strong press and a good rub to activate that glue. Again, remember, if there's any itching, burning, stinging, irritation, you may be at risk of getting a reaction to the tape, so remove that. When you do remove it, hold the skin down and peel the tape back along itself in short, sharp increments. Don't start at one end and peel strongly, and don't lift up on the tape. Make sure that you peel away, back along itself, essentially pulling the skin away from the tape.